Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the ESL One Manila 2016 qualifiers for the European region. We are here to do a Na'Vi versus Finem game. The Ukrainians going up against the Greeks here in the quarterfinals of the ESL One European qualifier. We're trying to get ourselves down now to, well, there's actually 6 teams remaining, but we can only have 4 teams go through to the semi-finals. We're going to see who they are in just a moment as we're doing both of the remaining quarterfinal games tonight. And the man that's joining me for both the action, it is Ryu. Welcome back, man. Are you ready to Hadouken this cast?
Let's do it up, brother. No. Is that good? Are we good, Zoe? Am I sound good? All right, we're good.
Your sound's amazing. You're a little bit up because I realized that the levels were set for Blitz last night and he's quiet as a mouse. But we're all good, man. We're all good.
Dire team ban.
I'll be a mouse.
You do that way too good.
Dire team ban.
I talk to Bulldog a lot. Gives me lessons.
How to make mouse noises? You think Bulldog would actually be more of an expert in the bark?
Yeah, he's just, he actually does chirp a lot, doesn't he? Big talker.
Personally, I've never given him feed.
Well, damn it, I can't think of another one now.
Come on, man. I'm the one that's sick. I'm meant to be the one that's behind the 8 ball tonight. But let's push on, bro. We'll cover up your inadequacies and go directly into our draft, which is where you can talk beautifully. So we have our Faceless Void pickup, a Wisp combination, a Witch Doctor pickup, and for once, Na'Vi is not playing the Chen in their game.
It's interesting, right? I mean, Na'Vi kind of gave it away. Who had first pick here? It's most of the time you normally trade Chen for something. In this case, it's IO plus Faceless Void. They also have a really good synergy when it comes to Witch Doctor plus the Chrono right now with the Death Ward. I've seen... I forgot who messed up with it. I think it was yesterday I was casting a Dirk and somebody put the Death Ward in the Chrono again and missed out on a kill. And they just need to stop doing that. It's very devastating. But yeah, I was a really good hero. All of these heroes on Na'Vi have a lot of sustain and a lot of survivability. So does Team Finem. So right now, I don't think either one has necessarily an edge.
Pretty open for both sides. Right now, like you look at Finem, then you got to feel a little bit more comfortable with that lineup over Na'Vi's, just primarily because it's what's been more successful in the current meta. Having the early push from the Chen, you got to have a way to repel that. The Witch Doctor is going to be a decent counter against the Chen, but he's not going to stop the push now. The Juggernaut's going to have his healing ward behind it. And I'm begging the question, or I'm begging to ask the question, what is the Wisp meant to do in this game? Like we've seen Wisp combos with heroes like Zeus, for example, but now we actually get Dendy's Invoker. What is the Wisp meant to do? Who is the general hero he's meant to couple with? That's assuming that this is an offlane Faceless Void.
I think you can still. It's just leaving so many things open where you're making Team Finem just ban out the heroes, like right. So Sven, Gyrocopter, and Tiny are the biggest 3 that kind of pair with the IO here in the situation. Faceless Void
10 seconds remaining.
Can be run most likely in the offlane here. Now they even have another synergy here with the Invoker with the Sunstrike. I do like Team Finem, their lineup a lot more right now, just because Juggernaut Healing Ward with the Chin, they have massive push sustain, and then as well as the Viper. The one big problem is the Viper normally wants to go into the mechanism, and so does Chen. So We might be seeing a Crimson Guard this game coming out from Viper, and don't be too surprised just because that helps a lot in these situations, but it won't really block anything, right? It's just going to block the right clips. Doesn't really help against the Death Ward, but it will help against maybe the Invoker if he say goes for that Alacrity. It obviously helps out against the Forge Spirits, but interesting enough, the Ursa ban.
I'm down for the Crimson Guard, but hilariously enough, every time that we've talked about how great Crimson Guard's going to be as a pickup with a Chen, he's rushed the Aghanim Scepter instead and let the Viper go for them. So that's also a distinct possibility to come out from AD.
Viper is like the hero that needs a mech, and when you can't really substitute it with other things. Sure, you have Crimson Guard, but you would really like to have that extra heal, and then you also have like the magic wand, and then you have like you can buff up your HP a lot and turn around team fights pretty easily.
Last pickup time. I'm gonna get the answer to my question. We may take a minute and 21 seconds to do it, but I'm still gonna get my answer. What is the hero of General? How does he slow down this push? My mind is actually moving to like an old school combination, which was not that. So I'm gonna use myself. It's gonna be an Ember Spirit pick Na'Vi, so that should be the safe lane hero. Fills the role that you're kind of looking for. Sorry, I should have said Diddy Ra. I don't know why I was saying General. I will blame first game of the day.
Okay, carry General. You know, he'll go for the safe lane Faceless Void. Oh man, not that, please.
Bring it on, bro. Where's my Skywrath Mage?
It'll be back. It's back. Oh yeah, that's the fun stuff.
I've definitely seen it come back. It's been picked up more and more and more. I haven't seen it being that successful. Like
previously.
I'm now actually wanting to look up and see just successful
10
being
seconds
of late.
I don't think it's that great when you have a lot of heals on the team, as well as you don't have the mass DPS coming out from Faceless Void anymore. Like, if you have Mask of Madness plus the Skywrath, I think you have enough burst damage, but now it's really hard just to even get that burst, especially if it's on like the Viper here when he's going to go for those tanky items, and you definitely need to be doing a lot more right clicks. But in this game, Faceless Void will not be doing the right clicking. He'll be setting up all the ganks for Na'Vi. And
to answer my question, Skywrath Mate is currently 20 losses to 13 wins in this current patch. So he is definitely not receiving the positive end of the win rate. Ra's moving very, like, okay, you're tethered up, and you're just... Is this meant to be a run for reward to try and block up that camp, is my assumption? It's a risky thing to do, but... would have been interesting if it paid off.
They can only make that play if General is with them. He went top lane, they scouted it out, they did a pre-sentry here top lane, expecting that ward to come out, and the TP from Finem. Maybe scrimming them a lot, or just looking at the replays, and they changed it up a bit, and they're going to keep their ward here.
That's so big, AF on the safe lane, because now they understand exactly what they're going up against on the top lane. Just when General moves in, they don't have the greatest lineup for ganking until Chen's able to get up a couple of levels, or a couple of creeps. Then the smoke movement with the Bane will definitely be effective. To slip in up on that top lane, up against a hero like a Faceless Void, is a difficult task just because of that time walk, the ability to reverse the damage as well as his position. Like, they've got to get their timing perfect AF if they're going to get that kill on the off lane.
I think they can get the kill pretty easily if they, say, have a Purge creep or, 2 stuns. Either you chain stun him or you just stun him, make him use a spell, and then you chase him down, and then you stun him again. Because, obviously, the time walk... It's nice, but it has a very low cooldown or long cooldown at level 1, so 24 seconds, as well as it's only 625 range, so they can catch up if they sleep him and then go into a spin. But General is, you don't want to trade blows. Okay, I'm very surprised he didn't use his time walk already.
Battling up against. Meanwhile, I'm looking down at the
bottom lane. Oh,
that's attempting first blood. Skylark, he's almost got Arstal. One more punch. Oh no! Skylark, the Iron Shell also can't get close enough. Arstal, just for style points, turns around to ensure the last hit. It actually started with Diddy Ra walking underneath 2 Iron Shells to try and find like a little bit of aggression on the Darkseer, and Artstyle trying to loop around him. And Digirun was taking a fair chunk of damage, and it really looked like Skylark had the advantage. Then he put on his third Iron Shell for the wave, and things just looked good for him.
Yeah, it's the, oh, I think I have enough damage right now with the right click and I'll be able to kill him, but he definitely missed first blood there on Skylark. If he just chased him a little bit more, he would have got it, and then he would have gotten away too because he would have had Surge up. So, tough break, man.
It really is. General, he's a very long way. Maybe next time he's going to chase him into the tree line. He's got no real control on General.
And mid lane, just Tornado's been harassing Dindy constantly. And looking at the CS, it's still pretty much even here. And Thug is just getting a little bit out denied here, but all in all, still looking good. Mids. Oh, Seneko. He's going.
He wants the courier snipe. Jets himself by. It's still a walking courier for a little bit longer. He'll just run himself back past the Viper. Got bottle charges to give anyway, so he's fine taking a little bit of damage.
Give me mana. Give me mana.
More aggressive in the mid lane though. Can actually hit for life as well. At least Dendy's managed to pick up his Forge Spirits now. It's very even for the CS in the mid lane between Thug and Dendy.
It's really hard to win as a Viper in these situations when, Dendy goes for the Forge Spirit build. You can just constantly harass and pull back the creep wave, so even though Thug could have the corrosive skin, it's not as potent because you have this creep that has all this negative armor onto you, and then you could just trade right clicks pretty easily with the exhort.
I feel like General has taken a book out of like Jimmy Ho's page.
He's still level 1 though.
The other way around though. Yeah, well I'm not saying like Jimmy
Demon.
was perfect. It's just you try and play around in those small little tree areas. It's a little bit easier to search for it ever since the new map came in. The new paths up there.
Oh yeah.
So you can't just cut yourself into a corner, which is difficult to scout.
Both off lanes are getting wrecked right now, and Skylark more so right now. His Sentry Ward, this will be... Oh, let's see if he sees it. No, he's not going to see it.
He just go. Like, 4-minute camp's still going to spawn up for Skylark, so he'll be fine. I think he's considering battling up against Artstyle here. Which, hey, why not? Well, okay, well, there's one reason. It's Seneko. He has to surge himself away. The Paralyzing Cask was already used. Skylark just has to leg it out.
If he had Meldick plus Sunstrike, that was another kill, but he's getting chased down here. General.
Waiting for some kind of combo.
Oh, they have a stun. They can stun now. Sunstrike. Oh, Dindy. Easy. Oh, good.
At that point, you kind of got to expect the Sunstrike and walk backwards, but
yeah,
then you play closer to the Witch Doctor who could try and just physically kill you. That's just really unfortunate for the Darkseer. Trying to battle for the bottom rune, ended up giving it over to the Wisp, so Wisp got another 3 bottle charges and the sustain to the other lanes of Na'Vi. Yeah,
they always do this for Na'Vi. They never pair Wisp with anything. They just... It seems like they just have it for the sustain in the mid lane. It's going to be funny to see. Oh, we have a gank top lane here, though. General, they have 2 stun creeps.
They have to get that Nightmare off, though, General. He's going to get Nightmared. So let's see if their coordination can be perfect. Stun number 1, spin number 2, stun number 2. Perfect.
Yep, perfect creeps there.
And now they can push this into some level of tower damage. Which is what the Chen's all about. Like, in the early phases, you force speed damage into buildings and force rotations out from the supports before they really want to.
Yeah, let's see who's going to be rotating over. I mean, it feels like Seneco's just been a wandering ball this game. And, well, he's going to start putting on the balls. Now, they're still not going to be able to deep push this. This tower is pretty much gone.
Might be able to pick up one of the Centaurs, which would be nice. Sunstrike from Dendy was looking for the same thing. General almost in range to get that deny off, or almost having the timing, I should say, to get that deny off. Should be a little bit careful though, because Madara now does have his level 6 on the Juggernaut, so Omni Slash is available for them. So one isolated hero could easily spell a good kill.
Team AF could have maybe pincered in the Invoker going to the top lane if they had rotated over the Juggernaut and Spartan coming in with the creeps, but instead, not going to be battling over that rune. And he's going to be up again to like full HP and then half mana back up because of the Wisp. So, still, a lot of pressure coming in from AF. This is what the Chen does. And, oh, too bad he doesn't get this creep. That would have been his mana boots.
I feel like Dandy's playing a modified version of Nature's Prophet with his Forge Spirits. You're talking about their ability AF to try and pincer the Invoker in the top river. Then he instantly sent a Forge Spirit just to the top of the stairwell next to the secret shop. So he'd know instantly if AF were moving over. And then another one watching the Bane's movement around the mid lane. Looks like that's actually where Navi's trying to initiate in, but they're going to get counter-initiated. The Bane rotating over. He nightmares up on the Wisp. Now that Wisp should still be fine if he could just
One
tether
second.
away. And there she goes. The one charge, so it's not going to be enough. The Witch Doctor and the IO both will take a fall. AF will be very happy with this. They probably would prefer to have a core, but still 2 supports ain't too bad.
Yep. And then he trying to predict where maybe next time would go, missing the Sunstrike, and then here's the wraparound.
Yeah.
Then he's
They're
But the Witch
they're
Doctor-
looking for the bigger advantage, then they can force into the towers. Remember, you've still got that Omni Slash, even if the mana isn't there for the Juggernaut. Now they're gonna back up.
Yeah, he already used his mango there in the mid lane. What does he go back for? He needs the magic wand. What did he get? Yeah, he's going for the drums too. You want to have at least drums and magic wand on Madara here, and it'll help a lot when you're trying to use your Blade Fury, your Omni Slash, and as well as Sustain coming in from the Healing Ward. And if enough, he actually went 2 into Healing Ward, so skipping out on that extra point in the Blade Fury.
They must really want to force down these builds. So I'm wondering what the build is meant to be here from Diddy Ra. He's walking around with 1900 gold, so the assumption would be he goes with what's the normal for the Ember Spirits at the moment, which is to go in for the Boots of Travel. But I'm curious to see if that's going to be enough, and that is what he's going to build into. He just purchased them now. It might have been worthwhile rushing up the Battle Fury.
Yeah, I think the Boots of Travel is really good just for coming into team fights all the time. But at the same time, you could also have Relocate. It's not going to be up quite yet. They are hunting.
Or is he? Paralyzing cast. Vayne can't do anything. He takes too much damage from the tower. He actually goes down with the perfect control from Arstyles like Coconut. And now 2 heroes are lost for AF as they do a smoke wraparound. The Sleight of Fist Searing Chains, slowing down Madara. He doesn't have his spin available. He had the Omni Slash up, but Diddy Ra did not chase too far. Even mop up the 10 army too.
It's funny how deep they went when they don't have any wards behind, say right here. Normally that's where you want to have a ward if you're on the dire side. Oh, killing another. Was that a Sunstrike? Yep.
It was a Sunstrike. Diddy Ra set up with the Searing Chains.
But normally you want to have a ward here, and then you want to make that smoke play, and then you'll have a lot more vision. But playing too aggressive, being blind, and it's not the play you want to have, and that gives a lot of space back to Na'Vi.
It's like AF are trying to go with an unpredictable kind of move. It's like you understand that, okay, the Bane was level 4, sitting in mid lane, sorry, not the Bane, the Witch Doctor was level 4. It wouldn't have been that hard if you caught him out, if you caught him retreating. You take the kill, take the tower. The momentum idea behind it is still sound, but you're right, like they're doing a lot of things blind, but having faith that their combo would be strong enough. Downside was they just got isolated in the way they did. That the Bane had the Bane had no effect on the team fight at all, and then the Chen just got isolated too. That Witch Doctor is the perfect hero against such a dive.
Yeah, especially when you're just grouped up like that. Else Witch Doctor becomes useless. One man stun, then you could just easily cast spell. But you also have the Cold Snap. Chaining in from Dendy, so making sure that you can't even cast spells afterwards. And they got another ward here from Arstyles, going to be scouting that one out. They have a deep ward here from AF on the top lane, but General has had so much space to catch up. And because they pushed that tower, he was like level 2 before that, and then now he's level 7, so pushing the tower helps a little bit for the economy, but it hurts in the long run when you're giving all these levels over and all this free farm.
Dire's bottom tower
Interested to
is
see
under
now how
attack.
AF deals with a team fight when you've got Chrono on the field. That's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, and Na'Vi is purposefully giving space to Artstyle in the mid, so he can hit that timing as well. So they have Chrono plus the Witch Doctor Death Ward. So there goes your Chrono. They don't have the Death Ward just yet, but they have a paralyzing cask and more than enough damage to get through that Viper. And they got 4 heroes behind it too.
For all the good yours.
Chen not level 6, and that's sad to see when your Chen isn't 6 at 11 minutes and the IO is. That's...
Well, he spent a lot of his early time like stacking and farming. Then he gave a lot of that over to the Juggernaut. That was the second wave of stacks. And that was when he was rotating around and ganking, which were all unsuccessful.
Another thing to note is the Darkseer too. I mean, they have 3 mechanism heroes on AF. Obviously, they're gonna... Oh, nice. Did they steal it? Yep.
Yeah, he did.
That's a good job, Skylark. A regen on IO. Oh, that's...
They're gonna do Roshan,
Dire's
I'm
bottom
fairly
tower
certain.
is under attack.
They're probably already feeling a little bit behind everything. They don't have the completed mech on the Viper because Thug just died in the mid. That's not going to help their case. This Dendi Forge Spirit should just wander over, but he's not certain. Right now he's just got it on patrol in the bottom river. It's going to move over as Roshan hits half-life, and he gets attacked pretty early on. So they got to kill that Forge Spirit. Now Na'Vi can rotate over, and AF, they have the big decision. Do they stay? The Ember Spirit sends the Spirit in, at least doesn't give vision anymore, but it's not going to stop Diddy Ra from just turning on the Flame Guard, the Sleight of Fist, actually searing, chaining up Chen too. He's losing life and may have the Hand of God shortly, but they got the Aegis Immortal. They actually finished the job. Artstyle's Death Ward won't last long enough. In fact, he's going to go down. The Force Spirits are doing their work up against SSA. He goes to the Hand of God, which makes it so the strike isn't enough damage to find the kill. But he's still not out home and hosed. He should be okay for now. But that's a big success for AF. They get 8.
Now here comes relocate.
He relocates for the Bane, who's going to self-nightmare, try and buy himself some space, but Seneko, he's brought Dendi into a world of hurt, and Thug's got enough damage to get through him. Dendi got the ability to, actually no he doesn't, he can't invoke his Ghost
The corrosive skin?
so he's going to basically be chased down. Tornado will buy a little bit of space here.
Corrosive skin?
He needs it. So he can
Radiant's
blow.
bottom tower
No, another
is under
attack. And
Radiant
another one too.
structures are
That
fortified.
blink dagger, he just can't get it off. Diddy Ra's finally gonna buy the
Dire's
space
top
for Denny to
tower
blink
is
away to
under
safety.
attack. Radiant's
Oh man,
bottom
it's
tower
like
is
let's
under
run down
attack.
people forever in this game. Jeez. Yeah, that's just a slow Viper and. Meanwhile, bottom lane, here we go. Mata is gonna be trading off Bolt. Was there another Sunstrike? Yep.
It was a Sunstrike to bottom river.
It's obviously the ward scouting it out. Chen not having the mech, obviously can't really heal up. Doesn't have an urn or anything. Just walking around and
Dire's top
really good
tower
play.
is
Now
under
this is a lot more space coming in for Na'Vi a little bit. Chen has to recuperate here. Mid lane.
Yeah, Death Ward's gonna go with the paralyzing cast to Searing Chains. That Death Ward, it's not gonna do enough damage now. Not the Bane Nightmared him up. And that allowed time for both one charges and mech. The urn is ticking him down, and with a Chronosphere, General ensures #1 kill. With the help of the Sunstrike to do a lot of damage to the Bane, but they don't even get the kill out of that one. As Mr. Aegis, the Immortal Madara, wants to jump forward and get involved in this. He still has no Omni Slash, and is still also only level 1. So he doesn't have a huge amount of damage to come from it. Unless they can isolate a single hero.
Juggernaut still the man of the hour here. Almost level 11 with the Omni Slash backup. And he can definitely do a lot in these team fights. They just need to find a way to stick on Ditya. It's pretty hard when you have the relocates out and the Chronos right now, but with Chrono being down, this is a really good time for AF to pressure around the map. Like, just try and take this mid tower. You have the Aegis. And
Because that is the big upside for their team, isn't it? The fact that, like, Na'Vi have to wait until Death Ward comes up. Did Denny actually got himself stuck in the tree line? He can't get out of here for another 3 seconds. Luckily for him, AF have not gotten onto this.
Nah.
Wow.
He actually does it from the trees. He denies it from inside the tree line. AF probably not expecting an Invoker to self-block himself in the trees.
that's just one of those cute plays that work out in the end. Oh, Dindy showing off there.
And all along,
It was all planned.
or was it just accidental awesomeness?
He was spam clicking because I'm pretty sure his auto attack was on. So
Dire's
normally
top
when you
tower
spam
is
clicking
under
in the
attack.
trees, you don't want to accidentally attack somebody outside, else you're gonna get found, and with the cooldown on the blink, you're gonna die.
That's weird. I would never expect Denny to have auto attack on.
Well,
Relocate's
I'm
got
not
myself.
sure what else it would be.
Yeah, it felt a little odd. Maybe he's just twitching. Like, he wants to put in commands. They're just sitting there waiting. The Bane, nice pick off, but another relocate successful gank by
Dire's
Snako.
top tower is under attack.
There's a lot more help coming up to that top lane. The Tornado start up from the Wild Wings. Good Observer Ward from Art Styles, going to scout out all of the movement of AF, and then the Chrono. But General, he locked himself in the tree line, the Culling Blade, and the Quelling Blade's not
Yelling
able to
ward,
help
though.
cut out. And well, with Hand of Con, enough damage to find the kill. Digirod's going to BT himself in, but Madara, Omnislash in the back lines, finds Arstal. A huge amount of damage coming out from that front. And Taneko walking into that Darkseer wall. Madara, he'll
Oh, the
never get
crit.
a crit. Remember, he's still got this Aegis of the Immortal. He'll now trigger. You've lost 2 heroes for an Aegis, which was at the timeout anyway. And you defend your top tower. That Aegis only had another 40 seconds left on it.
Yep, really good for them to. It was a 2-for-1 at the end of the day, but
It's an Aegis one.
Yeah.
Doesn't really count, does it?
yeah, Aegis, like you said, is about the timeout. So I was talking about like the Bane went down with first relocate there, but
True.
yeah, so it's like 2-for-1 there, and then it was just basically okay. You put the Chrono on cooldown now, so maybe you can start pressuring again once for AF, but. As you need these team fights just for the EXP, right? Skylark, he went back for the Midas, and he's almost has his Blink Dagger. He also has level 11. So we have this huge combo into nothing, though. Maybe a Centaur Stun? He doesn't even have this. Oh, never mind, I lied.
Madara, he only just... Oh, they're going to Nightmare the Faceless Void. Fiend's Grip on Snako. Madara does not have his ulti available with Snako. Losing lives quickly, the Brain Step's going to make it. Still have to work a little bit harder to kill off the Bane. But that means the relocate gank doesn't kill off the Juggernaut at his critical time. It's this time when he's almost, like, he's 150 gold away from having Battle Fury.
Yep. Still, a lot of pressure being applied. It's really hard for them to lock him down without having General in his Chrono. He has it now. They're at the bottom lane. They have Sunstrike
Dire's
at the
middle
ready.
tower is
2
under
seconds.
attack.
Second. Chrono up. In you go.
All he could have spin.
Sunstrike's coming. It should be able to hit fully onto Juggernaut, and he is down. Still bought his Battle Fury before death. In fact, it was flying out in the courier, but this opens up the push in the bottom lane for Na'Vi to take that tier 1.
Dire's bottom tower
But I'm also
is
seeing
under
a smoke
attack.
move from AF. They're going to
Dire's
wrap around the
structures are
back.
fortified.
Viper kind of needs to have a TP scroll, though. He doesn't have a TP to come and join the rest of his teammates. There's a blink to a 4-level VAC wall. The wall is only level 1. So this wraparound, like, they're going
Dire's
after
middle
General
tower
or
is
Diddy
under
Ra.
attack.
Tornado starts. Okay, they need to control. They found Snako. Can't TP out anymore, but if someone can stay close enough, like, he can tether himself up. In fact, he goes up to the creep wave. And will force AF
Dire's
just to
top
chase
tower
after
is
him.
under attack.
Maybe next time after the surge, Snako, they need the Nightmare. That'll actually cancel off his relocate, and they'll still find the kill, or will they? Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. It was a nice play.
Top lane, Madara is gonna go down to the right click of Fendi.
Forge Spirit
Death
timed
Ward!
out. And
Oh,
Rod
nice killing.
keeps him up. They're looking for the Sunstrike, but Madara comes back out to fight. But they're actually going to catch up to
He's
Diddy
dead!
Ra.
Top tower
He's
is under
dead!
attack.
He actually died to Dandy. I watched Diddy Ra
Dandy,
getting
the
Fiend
minions.
scripted and then multi-stunned up, so guaranteed kill there. So what happened? Did the Forge Spirits turn around? Because Dandy already used his Sunstrike.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
is falling.
he was just, he walked like this, he kind of stutter stepped, I think, and then the Force Spirits just cleaned him up. The Force Spirits hit him at least 4 or 5 good shots in the face, and you can't have your Juggernaut dying at this stage of the game. At the same time, you did go down, so even trade there, but still, tier 2 tower going the way of Na'Vi and more map control going their way. But saying that, it's still a 3-for-3 right now in the tower count. And
The
bottom
difference
lane,
is like the effectiveness of Dandy at the moment. Like, he's 605 on this Invoker, completed the Aghanim Scepter, got another 2.3k, which he now puts 2,000 of that into his fresh boots. Na'Vi's ability to maneuver across this map is just so damn good. Now with 2 BT heroes plus the relocate of Snako, AF's gonna have a very hard time finding the advantage in the team fights. Until they get beefier on some of these heroes. Like, until you see, like, a BKB arrive for the Juggernaut, even then, Chrono and Death Ward won't really care too much about that. Actually, what do you do as a Juggernaut in this game? Like, is it worthwhile going the BKB to avoid Cask and all the control abilities of Dendi? And the steering chains? Like...
You might have to go Blink Dagger. I think Blink is...
As your next major item, like, doesn't that make hero too fragile?
Yes, but he can also finally get into the team fights. That's probably going to be his biggest thing, is if you have the Darkseer initiating with his Blink Dagger, then you don't have any other follow-up besides maybe Fiend's Grip, and you have to be like smoked. So then Juggernaut has to find a way to really get on the front lines fast. Obviously he has boots and drums, but I don't know if it's going to be fast enough. Then he can just most likely catch him out with like a Tornado, a Deafening Blast, and he's not going to be doing too much on the front lines.
Raz waiting for the time to attack. Just sitting in the tree lines for a moment, going to slide a fist through the wave, even gets a little bit of an extra tag onto Skylark, who was sitting on the edge of the stairwell. Will defend that bottom tower. The Chen army moving as quickly as it possibly can. They got that diffusal creep you're talking about.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, it really helps against the Ember Spirit and his Flame Guard. You can purge that off. Also, I think you can do a lot of damage. Oh, top lane Thug is...
Relocate as well. The Invoker Sunstrike, Viper. Does he have enough to survive this with the mech charge?
The Glimmer Cape.
Down. They have a Hand of God. He's gonna get the revenge kill into Snake. Yes, he does. The Corrosive Skin allows for it, but still, you trade a Wisp for a Viper, and Viper gets no XP from the kill.
Yep, huge win there from Navi. And that's another thing I wanted to point out a little bit earlier here, is just the Chen. Because of that cooldown reduced, you can't constantly spam it out, and he's only level 9, so it's not even that high leveled, and if you're using it for that, you might need the Hand of God right now, because General has eyes of...
Style. Stun 1, stun 2. Troll Trap's also available, going to keep him there. Paralyzing Cask will be popping off, but at the same time, the Darkseer dies a little bit off to the side. They didn't have to use the Chronosphere for that one, of Generals.
Yeah, he walked up the ramp like this, and then he was like, right here, hey buddy, and then Tornado to the face.
General was helping to set that one up. Sitting just on the cliff side, he was watching AF's movement in, but AF didn't have an Observer Ward up on the hillside there. They went for the one which was a little bit deeper inside the Radiant jungle. That would have been so big though, like if Chrono was used by Faceless Void here, because AF was looking for another opportunity just to go into Roshan. Like if they can get the kill and take Void out of the picture, take away that Chronosphere, Roshan looks a lot more manageable for them, and this is their chance right now. They Glimmer Cape over on the Bane, and they're going to go instantly into Fiend's Grip, and that's exactly what they do. Slice, Dice, and General's gone. 57-second window now for AF to take Roshan. And already he's got Forge Spirits there.
Let's see, did he... I think he just bought the Staff of Wizardry here, so now he can't buy back. You could potentially have the Wisp relocate into the Chronosphere, but...
He bought it up for the kill on the Darkseer.
Okay, so not having that... They could have contested easily, too.
We got Meteorite Tornado ready for the Invoker. Roshan still taking some time to be brought down. Madara is taking up a lot of this, so the Chen army can still remain fairly tanky. The sentry wards are there too, so there's no way to invis walk your way over. Maybe a little bit too many sentry wards. The Nightmare on Witch Doctor, paralyzing Cask. That's good news for Spartan, but now Dendi, the perfect Invoker Tornado. Meteorite. Deafening Blast combo. Did he rah? He went inside the pit. He's looking for the kill over on Roshan. It's snatched by the Juggernaut. Roshan was killed off there by Diddy Ra, but now with the Death Wall, they need to kill off Arsal in time, and they're able to do so with the Self-Nightmare. Bane trying to free himself, but the Wisp falls. Seneko slapping him down. He's able to get a revenge kill off.
Juggernaut in the pit. Toby, he's going to go down to the Invoker. Oh, wait. No, he didn't. Chrono.
No Chrono, but he time walked out all of the damage of the Omni Slash. It actually means they gave away the kill over on the Wisp, but this will now allow them to go for the Juggernaut. Glimmer Cape, as well as Surge, will allow him to escape. Spartan sacrificing himself to make that happen. He didn't have enough mana for the Hand of God. So Navi kill Roshan. They've already burnt the Aegis to the Immortal after that engagement. You gotta see that as a win, right?
It's a huge win for Navi. Yeah, like you said, I was gonna talk about it as well. Is Juggernaut doesn't have this Aegis now. Oh, do they have anything for Geno? I mean, Geno's the monster. They only have Bane's Fiend's Grip to really deal with him, and now maybe, but still. Yeah,
So
Searing
much health and
Change.
it's a double damage Ember Spirit with a
Oh, yeah.
Blink Dagger. So he jumps up towards the Bane. The Sunstrike's waiting for him to walk forward, but he doesn't actually have enough time to do so. He was locked in position for too long, so the rest of Navi blink forward to finish the job.
This has got to be Bane's like worst game to play. You have Relocate, you have Chronosphere, you have Searing Chains, and you could even have like a Wild Cast bouncing away, as well as all Invoker spells. This is the absolute worst game for a Bane to be like the only disable on a team. Like he is so much pressure on him to get it done, and the only way that it's been successful so far, it's the Glimmer Cape setup, and he doesn't even have one himself. It's all predicated on the Chen combo coming in here for Spartan, and I don't know how AF are going to catch out Navi.
I'm not certain either. Now they've actually got a bigger task. The magical damage is going to be even less because Wisp has completed up a pipe. So killing off the Wisp is difficult. Looks like the Ether Lens from Milestone will also be completed in 50 gold. He'll have to give up his Arcane Boots, but perfectly alright. And you're about to have an Aghanim Scepter Chronosphere. Raz wrapping up more damage, having his Crystallis done. And the last hero to look at is Dendi, who's walking around with 4.7k gold. He can basically buy anything he wants to, and almost every item he'll purchase will work. Like he can go from Scythe to Necrobook to BKB to more maneuverability with Force Staff to like whatever.
I kind of like the idea that Navi do. Like it's the Relocate with the Faceless Void. Oh, there we go. Top lane. Here we go. And speaking of the devil.
That looks just a little too easy.
Yeah.
What did Dendi need to do? Well, I need a Deafening Block.
Yeah, and then the meteor doesn't hurt either on top of the face, and they didn't even need the Wisp tether anymore. So what they do early game is, before Faceless Void gets his Blink Dagger, they tether up General and relocate him everywhere. But now that he can set up for his own games.
He gets the Glimmer off just in time. There's no gem by the looks of it, but the Ice Wall, well, that didn't make it any easier. Then he perfectly positioned himself. Now the Hand of Goblin, a big back wall. They need more follow-up. General will come in. The Chrono is not available anymore, but the Deafening Blast is creating the space for Diddy Ra to jump forward. A perfect Searing Chain, catching the Viper. He surged away by the Darkseer, able to reach the home base. But you've just lost 3 heroes after you got, like, the best combo the Darkseer could have done. There was just no follow-up.
Yep, this...
Bottom. Oh, wait.
Dire's middle
Diddy
tower
Ra missed his
has fallen.
positioning. The Searing Chain down the Darkseer poured enough time for the rotation of Navi's players over. Catch him out between the tier 2, tier 3, but didn't happen.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, this lineup isn't meant to go past 30 minutes. It's more meant to snowball from 10, 15 and get all your towers, and then we're just going to have the sustain coming in from the Chen, Viper, and Juggernaut, and then we're going to go high ground, and you're not going to be able to stalk us. It was more so they picked Darkseer for the easy laning phase, and he was still level 2 at like 5 minutes in, so he didn't have an easy time early on.
Really asked much more of him. It's a rough game. Scythe Device now available for Denny, so you're going to add a Hex to the mix. Not getting his Omni Slash off now is even more questionable. And he's pretty exposed on the bottom lane, a little bit too obvious on the bait, but Na'Vi may not even care. They actually take out the Kuru, which had 1400 on in general. A perfect Chrono, catching out the big healer, which was the Chen. Got dragged back out by the Darkseer with that fact, and the Chen being nightmared up means there was no instant follow-up. He's going to Glimmer Cape, TP himself away to safety. While Skylark, the mech from Thug, will keep him not alive. The last attack comes in from Dendi, reaching his mark. Tornado just flying barely past the Bane. Na'Vi aren't looking to go high ground straight away. I'll have to wait for the creep wave.
No, and they even have buybacks on Dendi, they have buybacks on Ditya. Snako doesn't have one, so They could still have potentially 7 heroes coming back into this team fight, and that's just the scarier part.
Oh, look at it go!
Unless Castle's not going to bounce out. They have to just start stealing Radiant Creeps to try and repel Na'Vi at the moment.
Dire's middle
The Darkseer brought back, but Jug is still on the sidelines for another 12 seconds. So AF. Well, it looks like Na'Vi's going to give them the high ground for now. Doubt this will last, however.
It'd be kind of crazy to just back out. I guess at the same time, you're still getting, you're out farming your opponents pretty easily. You just want to bait them out here in this situation.
Thug he is such a juicy bait. Diddy Ra gets a perfect blink, sleight of fist, they're catching out the bait. Oh no! Well, time and space was stopped. Now the back wall, this is the chance for AF to really return it. The death wall's going to work, but it's not enough. Already Artstyle down for the count. The Juggernaut running around at high speed as the pig. He wants to catch up to a core hero, but all of Na'Vi bailed out after their captain dropped.
Alright, that Juggernaut spin really hurt them there. Like, they were all clumped up for the perfect, 2 or 3 attacks, and oh, he's used the Juggernaut spin. No!
Finally,
Really?
there's that follow-up. Finally, that follow-up is there. The vac wall they had next to their own secret shop previously, it looked so good, but there was just no follow-up damage, and I was wondering if there could be.
They really need to have the Shivas on Skylark. If they can have that, then you're going to slow down your opponents and then give Juggernaut ample opportunities to get off, 3 or 4 hits or the Omni Slash into everybody, because the Battle Fury is really good when they're all clumped up in these situations. That's why he went for it. Obviously, the synergy with the vacuum, but right now, that's a little bit of hope going to them. If they can get this Darkseer with the Shivas, slow them down, and then take a good team fight just like that.
I doesn't want to slow anything down too much. Cleaning up that mid lane. He's so maneuverable still. Like AF, like they're fighting underneath wards. I'm still wondering how long it's going to take for that gem. You got one over on the Bane, which is great for him, but like Na'Vi haven't had a gem yet they still keep getting, I don't want to say outplayed, but kind of like denied their kills just off the back of that Glimmer Cape usage. And there's still only one. It's still only Spartan this entire time using the Glimmer Cape.
Artstyle has sentries, but he just placed one to see if they were on the high ground, and they're not saving up.
Caught Madara just on the tip. The Death Ward, however, is in the middle of the Chronosphere. It doesn't do any damage. Madara will just walk himself away. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 2 big ultis down. Yeah, it's an Aghanim Scepter on the Void, so it's not as critical there, but still, that would have been a guaranteed kill. A little bit of a slip, and you called it during the drafting phase. You were worried about it, and it happened.
I jinxed it. It's my fault, guys. I'm sorry. It's just time and time again. I keep seeing it, and Artstyle's a really old player, but he probably knows of the change in the patch. Maybe not, but
well, if he doesn't know, he definitely knows now.
Oh yeah. Like coming back to play Dota after 2-3 years, and it's like there's an Earth Spirit. What the hell does this hero do? And well, he's dominating the scene right now.
That Observer and Sentry. They see Madara. He'll get the spin-off, however. Dendi not instantly starting off with the Scythe of Vice. So Madara waiting in the tree line. General Isolate. That's a level 3 Omni Flash. Now they're going to go to work. General's down for the count, and they're looking for more. Diddy Ra, however, he takes it away from them, killing off the Chen. Paralyzing Caster bought a little bit of space here for Na'Vi to back out after they lost that Faceless Void. It seems they're feeding the beast. Dara, Viper keep getting more. The Bane keeps getting his initiation timings.
Still have to worry about Ditya. He went in there with the nice time Blink Dagger and just cleaned them up with the double damage. That was very scary. This is, okay, Skylark.
They're looking for the opening. The ice wall's down. The Chen army actually helping to do more damage to that Bane, but he gets away from the Sunstrike. As Arsad now, this time the Death Wall will do damage, but still, that Juggernaut, one slice will finish the job. Yeah, the Bane goes down, but like, do you really care? Now there's no Faceless Void. Now there's no Witch Doctor. Your Chen army's not that healthy. The last time AF attempted to do this, Diddy Ra did steal from them. This may be a little bit too cocky from AF, but I'll give it a shot. Denny's now going to come in. Starts with the EMP burn. Madara isn't deep enough that he'll keep his mana. But the Sunstrike's going to hit pretty nicely. Helps to kill off the troll. They're losing their tanks. Healing War's not doing enough. The sleight of fist searing change as well from Diddy Ra, making it so Madara keeps getting injured. He's spinning himself up. Diddy Ra now blinks himself inside the pit. Killed by the Radiant, but Juggernaut snatches the Aegis Immortal. He wants to trigger the cheese, dropping the Ring of Aquila. Now he can do so and run back over towards the fight, battling against General. He'll throw down that Chronosphere, which will isolate the Viper. Now they focus on the Juggernaut, so Aegis Immortal, it gets blown up with the Sunstrike. Not to mention everything else Na'Vi threw at them, and Darkseer has to buy some space, but he's got no mana. He's backed on cooldown. The blink comes up from Madara, but now with a tornado from Denny, catching both the Pain as well as the Darkseer. They're looking for more. There's no Chronosphere available at the moment, and a nice play from Madara, killing off the BT creep.
Hex.
What's going on to Madara? Now the Omni Slash. There's too much of the creep wave, however. He comes back out of it, and he's down for the count. And that is GG, well played. AF going for a risky play on the Roshan. It sort of paid off at first, but then Na'Vi came back, and they take game one.
I mean, they were down 20,000 at that point, and there was just no way that they were winning any of the team fights. Even if they get one kill, they still were trading for one or two of their own heroes just because it was way too big at that stage. So, and then like you said, even if he misses one chrono, they have to miss the chrono on their side of the map for it to really hurt Na'Vi, because then they can just come back again and do it later. And